What is going on, everybody? I believe we are live. YouTube's saying we're live, but you know, they can't afford all the good equipment and technology. I think we're live. What is going on? I see the people waiting. Here's what we're going to do today. We are going to open, I think it's, well, hopefully we only open 10. That'd be great. Or 11. I think that's what I got. I think 11 came with the bundle. I do want the 6-star Bullseye. I mainly want him for Battlegrounds. Like, well, I'm just going to cut straight to the chase. I want him for Battlegrounds because he looks like a very difficult defender. I will be fully forthright right now. I'm a little worried he's going to feel a little, let's call it a little BS-y. Okay. I think a lot of you know what that an acronym is. And yes, my setup is a little bit different. I'm getting some new equipment. You know, I'm changing the furniture around, as you can maybe even see. Nova's still in the back. What a good dog she is. So, you know, if you can't hear me or anything, just let me know and we'll get it sorted. But we're going to test this guy out. We're going to open up the 11 crystals that I've purchased. That's it. That's all we will be doing. And we're going to test him. I know a little bit about him. Offensively, he does look relatively powerful. Like, he looks like he'll have uses. I don't think I'm going to currently define him as a dual threat in Battlegrounds because I'm not seeing this like meta defender that he's going to be great for. Like, this doesn't feel like Photon to me. But right now, while we're opening up these crystals, I would really love to get your thoughts. Everyone in the chat, I see you all. What's up, guys? And let me know what, what we can generically test, right? The way the game is right now, like specifically testing stuff is very difficult, but we can do that. And then also, what are your thoughts on him? How are you seeing him? How are you feeling? I know people are already fighting him in Battlegrounds, and we're going to just kind of go through there. Assuming I don't pull the 7-star, which we all know is outrageously rare or unlikely, I'm going to awaken this champion, put as many 6 stones as I can into him, and then we will take him to rank 4 is what I have gems for right now. So, and then if I ultimately need to, I could ascend him at some point. I have enough dust to ascend the champion, but kind of to the point I'm making about, I think his value is going to lie, never get that correct, is more on the defensive side of the game. And so I think I'm actually going to be ascending my Iceman, who appears to be the only... Yeah, they appear to be the only real like natural counter. Again, I want to know what you guys think, though. This part of this is... I mean, I want to know what you guys think regardless. But right now is really a great time for this as we go into this. What's up, Misery? How you doing? Jason Rushing. Tristan, how you doing, bud? O's fan's going to have to watch this later. Well, hello to later O's fan. How you doing, bud? Thanks for stopping by. Sumi, how you doing, bud? Jason, what's up, bud? Thanks for letting me know I am live. Egatron, how you doing, dude? Garu, what's up, bud? Nearwin, I know you. I know that name. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you here. Laser. Probably the only 10 skilled defender for BGs and then like a 6 or 7 for attack. That's what I'm thinking right now. He has damage. For those who are watching playback, I'm reading Egatron's comment. I will start opening the crystals because I do want to get to testing him. That is always bad luck. We are going to get, I know you can't get 3 stars. We're still going to get 3 stars. That's how bad the luck is when that happens. He's got the damage output that doesn't reach far and will be better in some metas than others. So that's what I'm wondering, though, is like, what meta, right? Because if I'm understanding him correctly, his bleeds are like instant bleeds. So, you wouldn't even have been gaining power in like polka dot power, right? He's an interesting one as far as I think there will be uses. Ooh, Joe would be good. Juggernaut would have been good. But 4-star Bullseye is our prize. I feel like we already got our prize, which is obviously the 6-star. Hi, Future O's fan. Neto is saying hello. Future O's fan? Neto saying hello to you. Past Neto saying hello to Future O's fan. I like that. I feel like a bit of a time traveler there. Alkin, what's up, bud? Thanks for being here. Laser, Kabam Art Team, Bullseye, and Vega. All thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Being even close to Kabam's art team is like, that is like the ultimate of compliments, I believe, in MCoC. Man, they're teasing me with that Juggernaut. They are teasing. You guys, I'll get the Crystal Cornucopia for January out. I don't know, probably. I've done a lot of Crystal videos because I've just been so busy getting back from vacation and all that. And Egatron knows we've been working hard on the tier list, reformatting it to the scoring system that we developed for the top 10s in December. Everyone liked that so much. Even I liked it, so I was glad to see it so well received. But I do think it can be refined. And so we're refining it and implementing it to the tier list, which is taking a lot of time. So I haven't been able to play a ton. Noor, what's up, bud? Dude. Okay, that doesn't. Oh, man, I've been playing this game for so long that seeing 5-star Onslaught come around actually got me excited because I wasn't paying attention. I spent so much time playing this game with the red and black border being a good thing. That genuinely like fooled myself there. Zode, how are you feeling about Onslaught? Have you fought one or Bullseye? Well, Onslaught too, actually, but since it's a Bullseye stream, have you fought him yet? I'm even wondering how quickly Iceman's going to take him down, but Iceman feels like the one pure true counter. Charlie on my Discord server was saying they had some relative success with Onslaught in the EQ. So I haven't done EQ or anything with him. Sorry. No worries. But are you like, I'm going to use Black Cat. I don't care. I'm going to Black Cat this. You have to know Zoe to understand that joke. What's up, Eric? How you doing, bud? Nirwin, mutants handle him well enough. Like mutants in general. For those who don't know, Nirwin is a very good player too. Very skilled. Very, very, very skilled. But a battleground, whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. War planner for SSX. So an extremely smart player. Knows the ins and outs of champions and interactions and nodes and all that stuff. Oh, is this happening? Oh! That was brutal, right? That was brutal. I mean, that's why you do it. That's why you spin them out. But that, when you guys see the Crystal Cornucopia, you will further understand. Juggernaut is like, all right, Kabam, I see how you're going to play this. Idris, what's up, bud? Oh, G Highline. It feels like forever since I've streamed. Even this feels a little bit like riding a bicycle after many, many years. Like I remember how to do it, but we'll see how it goes. Dude, that one hurt. Ice Tweet, I was able to beat him pretty easily with Valkyrie. Hitting into the block doesn't trigger the evade. Interesting. That makes sense to me. Was it pretty quick though? And that's the thing with her, right? She can just get around things. It's like what makes her so powerful despite, I mean, she's got great abilities in her kit, don't get me wrong. But it's a lot of her is just that one core ability to get around problematic nodes and defenders. And that's a really good use. That's a really cool use. I had not thought of that one. I don't think I'm going to get over the, and they're like, here, there's Juggernaut again. I'm telling you, Kabam Mike is like, we're going to screw over Vega. We are going to tease that man and we are going to brutalize him and we're going to do it with Juggernaut. He stopped it with Colossus. He's moved on to Juggernaut. Like that's literally, Kabam Mike. I'll get you. Actually, he served us delicious burritos. So at the Battle Room Brawl. So ultimately, that man could do no wrong in my eyes. You give me a delicious burritos, and I'm like, yeah, whatever you want to do is fine. What's up, Hot Fuzz? How you doing, bud? Joey! Hot Fuzz, dude. Another incredibly smart player from SSX. That's got to be the Hot Fuzz. It's got to be the real one. Hot Fuzz, if that's not you, will you tell me? Let me know. Let me know if that's not actually you. Half viewers are like, that was really stupid. I can't believe Vega's that stupid. The other half are like, haha, that was funny. Yes, it's you. Thank you. Yeah, Nero, and they are screwing with me hard on Juggernaut. Like, he's been taunting me. Interesting though that people are already coming up with like alternative or alternate ways to take Hot Fuzz, to take Bullseye. Kind of shows you how smart our community is and how tough this is to design, you know? because Valkyrie will get around a lot of nodes too. So placement of Bullseye on maps and stuff. Yeah, we got a 6-star, so we'll get some 7-star shards for our problem. My Valkus and R5 ascended, but 1 SP2 and you was over for the Throne Breaker. Okay, so I mean, that's a decent chunk of health. That's very cool. Thanks for sharing that, Ice. Kabam has their taunt debuff going strong. Yeah, it's even a passive. So that's something I did notice with this Bullseye fellow. For those of you who've been watching a very long time, you'll know that even before I was so sure how good Kate Bishop was, it was early. I was like, guys, if nothing else, she's going to be strong. Here's why. Is a lot of that damage was off the SP1 and it was a passive, and that was very rare. Now, I understand that Bullseye's damage isn't a passive, but even them just now making another step with the passive stun in a class that is not mutant, I think it's interesting. I'm going to continue to keep my eye out open on that, kind of keep my eye on it. I think it could be, right now it's not much. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but it's something worth keeping an eye on. Is this a future evolution? Like, is there potentially we start to see nodes or defenders that are immune to passives? I think that would be a whole new design space for them to open up into. And it could have kind of the same effect that the war map had for Archangel, in that once the war map started... I thought we were going to get Mantis. I already have Mantis Awakened, so that wouldn't have been that big a deal, but still would have been cool. If for those who've been playing for a long time know, Archangel was dominant. Then we started getting champions that had immunity to bleed or poison. We started getting more and more of them. He kind of fell off a little bit due to just the lack of defenders he could obliterate. And then we started getting champions with all kinds of other immunities. And as a result, the kind of percentile, the percentage of champions that Archangel could take actually grew. And then the war map became visible again. And so Archangel kind of came back up in. So in a weird way, and if you follow my thoughts through, if we started seeing champions that are immune to passives or shrugging passives, then I think it could potentially bring back in some champions who actually place debuffs, because now there'd be champions for them to take. Just kind of some idea. This is the sort of thing I actually enjoy thinking about when it comes to MCoC. All right. I could see notes that say immune to debuff effects. Yeah, I feel like we even have, now that I'm thinking about it. That would be a great ability for the AI. We'd call it passive aggressive. All right, now I got to rank up this fella. So this will take a minute too. Again, let me know how you think we should use him too. I mean, I will say I did watch Karate Mike's video today. Oh, I don't have the 7-star. What am I doing? Man, I really wanted that Juggernaut. I think I could have taken him to rank 2 today. I think I literally could have taken him to rank 2, like, as we sit here. How high am I going to take him? I'm going to take him to 4, to rank 4. You guys have me a little concerned that maybe he's not going to be as tough a defender or a problem as I thought he was going to be. Because that's mainly why I got him, and we're not doing this on the CCP. Like, I'm not let me make sure I'm not spoiling anything. Yeah, I'm not spoiling anything, and it's not embargoed. If this stream gets me kicked out of the CCP, that'd be pretty funny. I don't think I'll be doing this for White Tiger. If we stream tester, we will do it on the CCP server. And the weird thing is I actually really want her. I do. So there's a chance I will go out and get her. I think she's going to be a pretty powerful attacker. I think she has a little bit of defensive threat. She just happened, and I want her. Like, she's one of those few comic book characters left that I've really wanted in game, and I think would be really cool. But she's also a Mystic, and I've already got Kushala, I've already got America Chavez, and Mystic is probably still my favorite class, even though Science has gotten so strong. So I as much as I would like to get her and rank her to rank 5 and ascend her and all that, it feels like it would potentially be a bit of a waste. It potentially feels like it'd be a bit of a waste. So I think as of right now, my plan for White Tiger would be to stream test her, if we stream test her, on CCP server, or get a video out, and that would also be on CCP server. So, and then hope I pull her in the Titan Crystal. Himanshu, he's kind of a noodle. Yeah, I mean, I'm finally getting used to the idea. You know, that's just kind of how the internet talks, right? I'm on the internet. I should get used to the vernacular of the internet. I don't know if I'd say full noodle though, but yeah, I haven't seen like massive damage. But if you're comparing them to like Hitmonkey or Stealth Spider-Man or I don't know, Masakre, everyone's going to appear that way. And then he has a serious defensive threat. So I don't know. What I'm not currently seeing though is, and I hate comparing him constantly to Photon, but she's the latest, I think, really tough. No, let's compare him to Onslaught. There we go. An extremely tough defender who, I told you guys, I even did the video where I said, I'm not saying I think he's going to get nerfed. I'm saying he's the first one in a long time that has me like just wanting to remind the community that it could happen, because it could. And I think if he was, he would still retain all the things that, you know, you would still be like, I'm still playing Onslaught. He wouldn't get nerfed into the ground. But he's extremely powerful, and he very much counters. I'm trying to decide if I should use the gem or the catalyst. Let's use the gem. He very much counters some meta skill defenders, right? And he definitely counters a lot of nodes. So he's a tough defender. And then, you know, in battlegrounds or just whatever, like your questing and what have you, you can use him offensively, and you can use him for stuff that you maybe don't have other champions on hand, right? Because you can only quest with 5, you can only AQ and AW with 3 champions, and he's going to help you through that. He's going to actually probably be really good for some of the hurdles that the Kabam and your PvP partner are throwing at you. I'm not sure I see that with Bullseye. I feel like he might be more generically a good attacker. So that's kind of that's where I'm sitting with him. There's something I want to, as soon as we get him, we'll look through the ability set. There's something else I want to see. In fact, I'll just actually ask, because you guys probably know. Does he have any evade counter? Can he counter evades? I feel like he has a true ability off of his SB1, but if I remember correctly, that's actually an auto block. The true accuracy does counter evade. I couldn't remember what true accuracy did. I can see it. Yeah, evade. Oh, it's evade and auto block. Okay, that right there. That has me already whittling away at my whole, I'm not sure he counters tough things coming at you. I've been saying it in a lot of videos towards the latter half of 2023, and I really believe it's going to continue on into 2024. We're going to see evade become a thing again. And it's not going to become like the dominant problem of MCoC. It's not like every fight or whatever is going to be, you know, can you handle evade? But I do believe that with the 7-star introductions of Spider-Verse heroes and other champions, but mainly through Spider-Verse heroes, and I think we even have more coming in, right? Like we've got Stealth. No, we've got Stark Enhanced, who's got an evade. I don't think Miguel is an evade, if I remember correctly. So that right there gives me like, hey, you know what? That might be enough. That might be enough. Right there, because he's now handling auto block, evade, and miss. That's extremely powerful. I'm a bit more excited about Bullseye than I was just seconds earlier. All right, and then let's, yeah, I mean, we got him. We might as well awaken him, right? Let's awaken this guy. Let's see what this does at Sig 1, just so people can see it. Activating a special attack passively reduces damage caused by the opponent by 10.45 seconds. Now, everyone's talking about this purely as a power sting, meaning like you throw your special, you won't take the damage from power sting. What I want to know, has anyone tested it with recoil? Will he have mitigated damage versus the recoil mastery, if anyone knows? And then bullet point 2, whenever either champion is stunned or struck by a heavy attack, the Bullseye, I've now made him the Bullseye, has a 10.2% chance to purify 50% of all deep I understand why this is written so wordy, but like this is part of why I quit the law. Is I was like, please have less words. Bullseye has a 10% chance to purify 50% of all debuffs. So, oh, this is different than the way I understood it. Chance to purify. So he would not purify all debuffs. It's not a 10% chance to purify all debuffs. It's a 10% chance to purify half of the debuffs you have on you, which is very different. That's very, very different. The stun debuff for the Parry Master will not trigger this. Why would the stun master from parry trigger that? That's got to be for defensive purposes. I don't know if this is as useful. It's not as useful as I thought it was. I see the chat going on. You guys might be explaining this to me. So he still takes the damage from recoil because it takes more than 0.06 seconds to register. That's kind of stinky. Because he's kind of recoil friendly. That would have been really cool, I think. Because it's not like he's healing, right? He has no healing ability. That would have been really cool. I would have, if I had been in the room, which I'm not, I would have advocated for him to mitigate recoil damage as well. Recoils after the special attacks, so probably not. What's up, J-Will? He does he'll purify the bleed and poison from the recoil tree. Why is Kit so complicated? I think it's just due to design space, man. The game's 9 years old, you know? Like, I don't really think there's much way around it. You know, sometimes we get like a shocker or even a titania, but you know, White Tiger is relatively straightforward or simple, let's call it. But I think it's just design space. Like, I mean, I hear you. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think there's much way around it. So Aiden, no. So if parry triggered it, you could go passive and spam parry to purify everything. Now you have to parry heavy. Okay, thanks, Egg. Hot Fuzz, but he can also shrug recoil masteries, and he can play with just SB3 if running them. Okay, so Hot Fuzz. Oh, we're going way back now. So Hot Fuzz is another one of the planners, incredibly smart players in SSX. Just for context, when you guys are reading their chat and seeing what they're saying. Okay, Larry's here. What's up, Larry? I don't see your message, Larry, but I see people saying hello to you. All right, so how many sig stones do I have? I'm gonna throw this the skill ones in. If for some reason I went, man, I'm not sure on what I'm gonna do with White Type. I jokingly told DLL I was gonna accidentally call her White Tigra all the time, and I can tell it's already happening. Such is life. Oh, I've got a ton of these. Let's just use them. Let's just take them to Sig 200. Oh no, wait. What? What's going on? Oh. There we go. Yeah, there's no reason not to take him to Sig 200. Let's just do it. And then see what this looks like. Whenever either champion is stunned or struck by a heavy attack, Bullseye has a 50 point... What's with these numbers? 50.2. Okay. There must be a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. Chance to purify 50% of all debuffs. I don't know, man. There's probably a good design reason why this ability is the way it is, but it just feels... I don't know. Whatever. It just feels like it could possibly take you quite a while to get them off, and you know, you're running recoil. It feels like the whole reason for this is recoil. Because I mean, really, are you going to take hazard shift with him? I'm thinking not. And unless he has some sort of ability accuracy protection somewhere, if these are concussions or anything like that that's reducing your ability accuracy, it's going to hurt this too. So it just, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason for it. I just don't know what the reason is. Oh, thanks, Ag was trying to save me there. And then activating a special attack. Okay, so you're up to almost 100% on the reduction of those power stings. That's cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Is I'm just going to do some fights with him. I want to get used to his animations. Again, if you guys are like, no, try this, try this special, what have you, let me know. But we're kind of just going to have some fun with them for a little bit. Then I will fully go over the kit. I won't read it to you, but we'll go over the kit and go from there. I was doing some mercenary thing last night. I don't know. I have trouble following all the various quests and stuff, but I got a bunch of Ascension dusts from it, so that was cool. I beat, I think, Howard the Duck with a mercenary. I have no idea what was going on. All right. What's up, Rye? Plus, could say the same with Kingpin only having a chance to shrug or Crossbones. Yeah, but I mean, so I can't tell. To be honest, I can't tell if you're kind of agreeing with my point and adding on to it, or if you're kind of countering it. Either way, it's fine. You know me. I actually really like when people disagree with me. You know, if they mean it. I don't want people arguing just for the sake of arguing. But the thing with Crossbones and Kingpin is they just automatically do it. Like, you don't have to land a heavy, and then you don't have to parry and land a heavy, or just land a heavy at a, I don't know. To me, it feels like a more valuable shrug for them. So here's another question for you. Why not just medium, light, medium with him? Because those are his blade attacks, doing those instant bleeds, and they looks like they're doing the cruelties, right? Is it that his specials are that important? All right, so let's let him hit me. Oh, it looks like the cruelties are capped at 10. So that right there could be why, and your specials are relatively important, best I can tell, especially if you're not running recoil. So, I get it. Alright, dude, come on. Because the bleeds are those instant bleeds. Running Despair isn't helping us. Can anyone think of a reason why the instant bleeds would be superior to your regular bleeds? Huh, I mean, that's class disadvantage, and he's only a rank 4. And the Deadpool healed. I said hi to Rye. If I didn't, what's up, Rye? Oh, hey, Rye, dude. Sorry for the aside, everybody. Another super smart alliance mate. When you take down that Wolverine X, tag me, but literally no hurry. As you can see, I'm kind of in the middle of something. It's like literally don't hurry. My day's totally busy the rest of the day too, so I have no idea when I'd be able to jump on anyway. That was a little war talk. Plus, kind of countering. I agree with what you're saying. It's definitely more reliable, but with Bullseye being able to do it on demand. Okay, that's a good point. It is on demand. So yeah, that's like a little give and take, right? Like maybe it's not as like bluntly powerful, but when you throw in the on demand part, it is powerful. Not as reliant on chance. Another good point. With bad RNG, well, it kind of is though, a little bit, isn't it? With both bad RNG, both Kingpin and also Bullseye can get screwed. Yeah. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to evade into a special attack or pass it free. Isn't that what I did, or did I not? And then second, he's got a perfect release on him. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, thanks, Aiden. If you're up against a Shrug champ, no willpower. Regular's better in my opinion. If most of the matches you get benefits from deep wounds. Yeah, I mean, I know they gotta give somewhere, right? They can't, like, I understand they can't. I want to make it clear. The vast majority of my questions or points are not me trying to be critical of the champion. It's that there's something different than what we traditionally see. And I would like to try to understand if it has strong points that I'm not used to. That way, when I go to rank him or when I go to give advice, I can tell people like, hey, look, I know it's not a regular bleed, so you can't rely on it you can't use it with deep wounds, or you can't use it with the spare, but here's these other really cool uses for it or something like that. Just again, to kind of give some context, because I know I do things a little differently, and so it's easy to misinterpret me. Bullseye Heavy has 2 hits, so 2 chances to proc the 50%. Okay, that's a good point as well. So Vega, just an FYI, it's like a balanced version of Nick Fury's Purify. Okay, fair enough. I'll tag it, try it soon, if possible, depends on the kiddo. Right, dude, if anyone understands hanging out with your kid, taking care of your kid, and believes that is by far the most important, take all day, sir. It's me. I like very clear. I just happened to see you here. No hurry at all, dude. Literally tag me at 11 o'clock tonight. I'll take them in the morning. It's all good. All right, so let's do this. I'll try to make sure I do the evade into the special 2. Or let's see his SP3. Let's see his SP3. Oh, no. We'll do the evade into the special 2, into the special 1. That's what we'll do. Yeah, there's the 2 hits on the heavy, like you all said. I thought medium, light, medium might be a good tactic, just on kind of reading his abilities a little bit, but I don't think it's making a lot of sense. It's not like Hit Monkey. Although, if you want more uptime on those cruelties, because they're falling off pretty fast. No. So we're gonna bait this. Throw it, dude. Come on, duck. We're trying to run a show here. There you go. See, but we've lost all our cruelties in that meantime. Do I have to throw the special immediately after the evade? Is that the issue there? He's pretty smooth to play. I mean, we already talked about the art department not missing. So it's not really a surprise. All right, let's see if the special 2 can end it. I'm not gonna bait this. I just want to try to end this fight. Nope. The duck's like, that will not happen, sir. Yeah, I'm not getting that Fury Egg. I'm obviously doing something wrong. Huh. What's the benefit of perfect release? I keep forgetting he even has one. Good point. Increased cruelty duration. So that would be a big deal. That would help with what I felt like I was experiencing there. While baiting the specials, they were falling off. And that was no fun. That was an unenjoyable experience. Another thing about instant bleed, Elsa, Omega, and red type matchups. You mean like so, but see, that's what's also kind of weird for me about him, is I feel like he's countering the class wheel in some really weird ways. Because if I'm understanding you guys correctly, you're like, well, you don't really want to put a bleed on Elsa, you don't really want to put a bleed on Omega Red, which I totally get. And if that's, I mean, that's the champion we have, so we should talk about the positives of it. But it's like, why does a skill champion counter Omega Red, Kitty Pride, and so hard counter Danny? I mean, I guess, again, this is kind of like back to the answer I gave for the earlier question of like, the game's just really big, right? There's design space. Don't throw any basic, just hit special. All right, Mr. Pickles, I'll try it. Thank you. I imagine the instant bleeds are better, probably because most champions could purify bleed if it was a debuff. Good point. Good point. So a lot of your skill champions or your debuff purifiers. That's a good point. You're throwing a hit before the special. Throw the special as soon as you evade. All right, so let's keep it simple. We'll do one more and just throw the special. Black Panther relic. Okay, remind me. Actually, you know what? Let's back out and we'll put the Black Panther relic on him. I happen to have a good one. Here, let's. Oh, you know what? We're not going to be able to remove that from her. She's in war. Shang-Chi is not in war. But we want him awakened. Sorry, guys. This is only a rank. This is only a 4-star one, but still, it's better than nothing. There we go. And then we'll put this on our boy Bullseye. And to be clear, I know that I'm potentially sounding critical. I'm not intending to. I just want to find his uses so I can give advice. Defender first champs always have to counter the class wheel in order to be good defenders. Otherwise, we wouldn't have bleed immune science champs. Let me make sure I'm understanding that sentence well. Defender first champions always have to counter the class wheel. Otherwise, we wouldn't have bleed immune science champions or cosmos would mess with no. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is he seems to kind of mess with some of the mutant stuff. And those are the champions that, in general, skill would suffer against. And I actually am not one of the players that, like, I think that's nice that there's some thematic stuff sometimes as far as the class wheel is concerned. But, like, Gallon didn't bother me, even when he first came out. I was like, oh, cool. Like, they're evolving the relationship between the classes. So I'm not, it doesn't bug me in that way. Right, and he has to mess with mutants to be a good defender. I just don't know if I agree. Although, mutants do appear at first glance to be the best attackers against him, right? Like, Iceman, right? And then the best attackers against Photon do appear to be skill. The best attackers for Onslaught, I would say, is maybe Shocker. There might be a little bit more out there. All right, so we'll do this. We'll try to use the relic, and I will try to immediately throw my special after the evade. I'm still not going to even try the slowdown timing. No, we can. All right. There we go. Yeah, you guys called it. Thanks, guys. All right. Considering this is class disadvantage and this is a rank 4, that's pretty spicy. That is pretty spicy. I'm liking him quite a bit better all of a sudden. Amazing how if you play a champion correctly, they do better. Really weird how that works out. Yeah, that was a lot better. So we put the relic on. I did not even try for the slowdown timing, which I think I said I would, but I was mid-fight, so I didn't really register it. He's countering miss, auto block, and evade. The instant bleeds help you get around debuff shrugging. He has an evade mechanic, so this is similar to like Elsa Bloodstone. So, I mean, it's not like it's not going to help you block unblockables, but it will help you against unblockable, at least a little bit. I'm kind of starting to like him. Ultron completely dismantles Onslaught. Yeah, because Ultron would turn that into plasma. Doesn't Onslaught have a thing against plasma though? Or am I misremembering that? My December, I spent so much time on those rank up videos, or those top 10 ranking videos. And then I took that long family vacation, so I'm kind of just getting back into it. So as much as I loved Onslaught, some of his pure details I'm a little shaky on, I'll admit. Debuff immune is different than bleed immune. Think right back at it in war. Good point. I believe what Egg is trying to say is you want a meta defender, but their class disadvantage counters them easily, then they won't have... fair enough. Yeah, and that's a good point. Did you try out medium combos? Yeah, so that's what I thought was going to be an optimal way to play him. So let's do medium here against this duck. Again, remember, this is only a rank 4 Bullseye. Often when, I do it too, often when we see videos and things, it's a rank 5 or an Ascended. So that's like 2 rank levels ahead. So that Deadpool fight kind of impressed me, considering there's a lot of utility in him that I don't want to say you don't have to work hard for, you do. I think the designer did a nice job on that. But it's not impossible to access it. You don't want to do time release? Yeah, I mean, we'll try. On the shorter fights, my understanding is it's not as big of a deal, but we'll see. Guaranteed crits helps him get around high armor. That's a great point. You want a champ to counter some class advantage so they're not trivialized. You still fight Hulkling with Mystics most of the time, but some Mystics aren't good against him. Yeah, fair enough, guys. I appreciate you guys expounding on it. This is how learning happens. It's great. Thank you. Ultron does degen. Oh. Yeah, Ultron's the man, dude. I thought he turned it into plasma. Who turns it into plasma? Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not Ultron. That's awesome. Love Ultron. Love Ultron. Silver Centurion. Yeah, he creates the plasma. It's, Quicksilver. Or not Quicksilver, Omega Sentinel. Thank you, Aiden. That's exactly who I was thinking of. Thank you. I knew there was someone who does plasma against mutants instead. All right, so on this one, we're going to do medium-might mediums. I'm going to try to get the slowdown timing. To be honest, I have no clue. I think DLL called out that there is a glint, so we'll look for the glint. And I will still get close to the SP3, trigger the evade, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're kind of working on. I think we're pointing out, well, it's really you guys, are pointing out a lot of positives that are built into this guy's kit that are kind of making me like him. And then I'm not even running recoil. I said I'd do medium, light, medium. Jesus. Sorry, guys. I was busy talking. Busy yapping. Come on, dude. Throw it. I like that the designer thought about pausing the cruelties during the specials. I think I did it too early. Yeah, I did it too early. You know what? Right there, I feel like the medium, light, medium was really helpful in keeping this going. I want to see if we can finish this. He had what? He had like 6 or 7% health, and this has about 200,000. So What's that, like about 12,000 health? I mean, that's not incredible, but this is kind of like, I actually honestly kind of like what I'm seeing out of this champion. Perfect Bleach is on the final hit. Yeah. The one that bleeds against non-bleed is Venom the Duck. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Black Jam. I kind of am digging this. Here's what I want to do. I know that Deadpool does not evade. I'm aware of that. But we're going to pretend he does. And I'm going to get the SP1 up. Let's just kind of pretend. Let's pretend that we're fighting an evade champion. And what does that look like? Actually, you know what? This actually works out well. Back when rank 4s were the thing, I think there's some fights a little bit farther on the path we can take too. I'm remembering now from review videos. There's an Arcus, I think it is. If there's a perfect release function there, it did not trigger for me. That's on me. I thought I was gonna get the evade, and I didn't. I need to figure out why. Yeah, it's on that, it's when he comes sweeping through, isn't it? Why didn't I get the evade? Sorry guys, because I think that's obviously a very important part of playing him. Yeah, that's a great, Aiden's pointing out, again, for people who are listening and not reading the chat, Aiden's pointing out that the perfect release timing, it is very subtle compared to these massive bows. You know, like I think Kate even does like a handstand, and you know, it is very subtle in comparison. And I think it will take practice. I believe, you know, Kabam, I'm sure it will get it right. And if people are really struggling too badly with it, I bet they clean it up and rebalance or something like that. So I'm not too worried about it, but it is very different an initial glance. His health seems kind of small for a defender. You know, I think that might be one of the... he is strength 4, but if it is a little small, I think that's one of those, like... Sometimes the tough defenders that are tough due to their mechanics or abilities, their health pools are little, as a bit of a, like, trying to be fair to the player. You know, Sasquatch's abilities aren't too bad, and he's got a massive health pool, kind of like offsetting it. Why didn't I get... Because I didn't go above a bar of power? Oh, that's why. Okay. Thought I did. You, I was already above a bar of power, so when the cooldown expired, it didn't come back. Okay, thanks. Trying to figure out if there's like a, if that was just a little bit of me still being a little new to him, or if that's a potential pain point for a player. I think that's more just me being new to him, to be honest. I don't think that's a potential. I don't think that's like something that's going to come up a lot. For those who are just tuning in, this is only a rank 4. He is 6200, but only a rank 4, so that's why you're hearing me sound kind of positive about him. When I could see you potentially looking at the results and being like, "That's not that good." You know, most of the videos we see, and you know, I do them as well. The champion's often a rank 5 or ascended or a rank 2 7-star, so he's punching up in regard to that. Okay, so yeah, there's the killer instinct. Thank you. I appreciate you guys pointing that out. We'll do the general rotation that we've been working on here. I do think there are times where you do want to do the medium, light, medium. I think it's just depending on how you're trying to manipulate the defender's power bar, to be honest. Like right there, I felt like it was smart to do medium, light, medium. Maybe it wasn't. I think that'll just require like further testing. All right, so now we're above. I gotta say, for rank 4 with class disadvantage, with Deadpool healing, I actually think that's kind of impressive. So Alaric, here's the irony with this, and again, for folks who are listening, not watching, you saying maybe Ascend the 6-star will help him. It definitely would, but I only have enough Ascension dust to ascend 1 champion right now, and I am more concerned about Bullseye's power as a defender than his use as an attacker for me. And I've recently taken my Iceman to rank 5. I got a mutant rank 4/5 gem. I don't remember from what. It was recent, in a recent video. And I think it's going to be Iceman that I ascend. In fact, we'll probably do this fight, and then I will probably try to fight him a little bit. So you're not in the CCP for testing? Oh, I am. But I did an opening, and I knew I'd rank up this champion. So yeah, that's why we're doing this. Like I did a whole thing earlier, so I won't repeat all of it. As much as I kind of want White Tiger, I don't think I will be needing her for Battlegrounds, so I will probably not get the bundle. And if we do a testing video or stream, we'll do that on the CCP. There's absolutely nothing flashy about him, but he's the epitome of consistent. Yeah, that's resonating with what I'm experiencing here, which I guess kind of fits his whole, like, I believe the term would be ethos and MO. The only reason why I don't think medium, light, medium's why you would default start the fight is you want to get to your specials. This isn't Hitmonkey, but I do think there might be other times where you're trying to keep your cruelties that you would want to try it. Alright. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. You can do it. Wow, I was stupidly early. I think once you get used to it, you'll be fine there. Really do. And I think if players aren't, like I said, I think Kabam probably adjusts it somehow in rebalancing. That's definitely not official. I think you all know that. It might be something that they can't adjust, but I think if they could, they would. If people are struggling, if the community's struggling with it, I still think that's impressive. 200,000 health for rank 4. Again, that has the utility of just can't miss. Like that. Like that's only a minute. That's not long. So I see potential battlegrounds there when you think of his defensive prowess. And I want to confirm this. Yeah, so I mean, with your SB1, getting that up, and it lasted a good amount of time, 15 seconds. attacks with true accuracy ignore evade and auto block. So he's ignoring evade, auto block, and miss. And then if you've got the signature ability, all those science champions, you're getting rid of all those debuffs. All right, we're gonna fight him a little bit. We're gonna fight him. Oh, no. There was that other fight I wanted to see. I wanted to check out the signature ability here. I used to test this fight all the time. It's just been a really long time. So this is that thermostat thing. I don't know, whatever. Essentially, all I'm looking to do is test the shrug of the signature ability. They're all gone. And this is kind of what you guys were saying about there's 2 hits. Okay. The signature ability wording and all that makes a lot more sense to me now. And yes, I am trying to get debuffs on me. Just in case anyone's wondering, like, what is this guy doing? Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's a, you know what? He's got those, the heavy is... And we're still gonna get the passive stun. You don't have to do the evade into it. Yeah, I kind of like this guy. I kind of like him. Oh, well, we survived that. Okay, well, might as well keep playing here. I'm just gonna play this out, and then we'll get to some of those questions, because I do see them. Decent reach on the heavy. It's not like it's not amazing, but I was surprised that heavy connected. That's what I was testing there. The speed of the heavy, yeah, misery. I was very surprised that last heavy connected, but I wanted to try it, and it seemed like it connected with like. It didn't look like that was like the limit on it at all. I like this dude. This feels like. If nothing else, well, we got to test it defensively. Let's test him out defensively. But let's assume he's a tough defender. Let's assume he's on like photon level. This feels like he might not hard counter any tough science champions. Like he might not like just destroy anyone, but he's got enough in his kit that you can use him offensively, probably with some success in battlegrounds, like in high competitive battlegrounds. I could potentially see some more use, and I definitely think you're using him in questing. Like, if you enjoy playing him, I think this isn't someone who you're going to think, well, I like them. They're not as good as all these other champions I have. You're not going to feel punished for ranking him up, I think is ultimately what I'm saying. He's the best invisible woman counter. For those who can't read, Misery put the LOL there. So yeah. Yeah, everyone's trying real hard to end the reign of that terrible defender that is Invisible Woman. I played the game when she was kind of an annoying defender, and she used to scare the heck out of me. Does Kushala have a heal in her kit? Yeah, she has a heal back. Her first blessing. I can't think of what it is. So it's not like a heal that you'll see, like a green active heal that you'll see over a long period of time, but she does have that. And then you'll see me run her with the Scarlet Witch relic, and for a lot of the war fights and things I did, I have it spec'd into that. So yeah, so she could heal back a little bit. I see him being useful for Path 4 for war quite a bit. Yep, him being a tactic is making me. Oh, I forgot he was He's offensive tactic, right? Not defensive. Please, dear God, don't make him defensive tactic. Don't do that. Please, please, for the love of God. Thank you, Aiden. Aiden just gave me a heart attack. It's like, please, dear God, no. This tactic, it's I think it was intentionally made very, very difficult. And you know, if the potion economy and the loyalty economy catches up, I think everything will be a-okay. Just for reference, I just hadn't had time to make war videos, and I didn't think I was going to do them this season anyway, because I knew I would have that trip and all that work to kind of close out the end of the year there. And I'm not sure I'm going to go back to pure war videos anyway. But to make the longer story short, I think in the first war of the season, I had like no deaths. I was like, this is easy. And then I got some tactic fights, and that changed fast. Probably died, I don't know, 5 or 6 times over the next 3 wars. And then over the last 3 wars, I've had 16 fights, including multiple mini bosses. I've had between 2 and 3 tactic fights, and I've gotten to use OG Iron Man for them, and they were against like mystic mutants like Emma Frost, and I don't even remember who the other ones were. And I haven't died. And I've actually, my loyalty is like growing again, and I just think so much of it is there's some brutal defenders and node sets that can be put out there, and those are the incredibly, like, people, if your war mate is taking Silk, thank them, maybe buy them a beer if they're old enough. All right, so let's just try this. Here we go. Okay. Oh my God, he is that. Okay, I gotta use something that's not a rank 3, obviously. Okay, so Iceman held up to that pretty well. He's obviously not holding up to the basic attacks. I mean, considering what we saw earlier, I'll use a stronger variety of Iceman. This guy is scary. What's up, Bean? Silk and Titania are usually the worst defenders in this tactic. Then add some of those nodes. Yeah, I've got a Joe Fix-It fight on Hazard Shift that I'm a little scared of. I've taken it before, and it got a little hairy, as they say, but we got it down. And then I have a fight for Spider-Ham, again with Mantis, that I'm a little worried about, but I got some great fight advice from Hot Fuzz. And I think with his advice, I'll be all right. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bud? Okay, so that already makes a big difference. Using a suitable variety. You saw I was able to block these hits, and I didn't lose my ice armor. Okay, he's got a pretty quick recovery on that heavy. Obviously, just kind of learning the heavy will help you out. You don't want your... Wait, why did that work? I'm confused on that. I thought he would evade out of that. That was weird. Why didn't he evade out of that? No, Cold Snap. Cold Snap wasn't on, was it? That was the Frostbites. Please don't make me be the guy that tells them that he's actually supposed to be harder. I don't want to be the guy that's like, excuse me, Mr. Bullseye is not as difficult as he should be. Oh, there was a Cold Snap on him? Okay. Oh, the Killer Instinct had expired. It expires? Is this the difference between his offensive and defensive kit? It would feel weird if that was the case. The cold snap was on. Are you sure it wasn't the... I mean, that would explain it, but I did not believe it was. Thank you for going back and rewatching, AFO. Because the cold snap's just from the signature ability in the SP1, correct? And it's an actual debuff. It's not the frostbite passives. So cold snap was off. Yeah, that's what I think. I think AFO was probably just seeing the frostbite, which is fine. We all. It's no big deal, and I appreciate AFO going and taking a look for us. But that's interesting. So that's a way to potentially play him, to play against Bullseye. It's to try... Well, let's just do it again. Let's do it again. Matt Tuhill, another incredibly smart player. That's got to be the real Matt. Matt, we are just now working on actually fighting him a little bit. We did mostly offensive testing because I just kind of assumed he was going to be I felt comfortable assuming he'd be at least a good defender. Wanted to see his offensive use, and actually I kind of like him offensively. Hey, no worries, dude. Anyone who wants to go back and help like that, I appreciate it. And there's so much in this game, man. I've probably gotten abilities wrong, I don't know, 10 times already in just this stream. No way anyone's going to remember all of them. I appreciate you helping out. And Aiden, thanks for helping us clarify. All right, let's do that again. Iceman looks a little better, obviously, than he should right now. Because, they're not that far off in rarity and all that right now. You got problems if that falls off, though, too. That's the other issue you got there. So right here, I mean, not that you want to, like, take an SP1 to the face, but he doesn't have his killer instinct, which will give us a chance to reapply, or your regular champion could go in and damage him. So... early thoughts are that's a way to attack him if you really have to without the evade counter there. That's probably how people are using Onslaught, huh? That's easy to evade. Just kidding, that was the most stupid luck you've ever seen in your life. That was dumb. That was dumb. That was really, really dumb luck. That's pretty funny, actually. All right, let's try let's try Onslaught. Yeah, that SB2 evade was stupid luck. Or maybe it's not that bad to evade, and I just don't realize it yet. Yeah, okay, I will do one Weapon X so people can see it. I think my boy TJ might be doing a pretty cool show of it. You know, I don't know if I'm going to have a good version, a good enough version to show this properly. It's just making me laugh. So obviously, if you play Weapon X well, you can actually use that to have a good time to get him down. Keep an eye on Tom Jarvis, T Jarvis's channel, for a good video of that. All right, we'll do one more with Onslaught. In short, though, I like this guy. I want, you know, like what the heart wants. I want White Tiger more because I like the character and that sort of things. But as far as a player of the game who's interested in battlegrounds and war and all that stuff, at the moment, I'm glad I chose to get the Onslaught bundle. If I'm only going to get one this month, which I might, you know, I'm not going to always get them. And like I said, if we do a testing stream or a video, which I'm sure I'll do one of the either, unless something really strange comes up for work or family, I will do it on the CCP beta. But I like this champion. I think he seems like a tough enough defender. That he's going to cause problems. He's going to shift the meta a little bit. He's going to cause you to have certain champions in your deck. And I think he's got enough offensive stuff going on. And it feels kind of silly to say that. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Like, you got to be mindful of this stuff. Let's see if the SB2 Dex was pure luck or not. Nah, yeah, the SB2 is not nearly as hard. So that's another thing, and that could be where Onslaught's pretty good, right? Like, let's try this, huh? With Onslaught's heavy reach, yeah, that's not a surprise. And then let's see what these hits do into Onslaught's block. Okay, well, yeah, the variety and rank's gonna matter there. But doesn't Onslaught have like 150% bleed resistance potency or something like that? So I'm wondering if Onslaught's also, and like I said, it was Charlie who said on the Discord today that Onslaught he had some pretty good results with Onslaught. So between Onslaught and Weapon X and come on, dude, let me replay that. And Iceman, who appears to be the best pure counter. There are counters that exist. We had, I'm sorry, I forgot a name already. I think it was Ivy or Icy. That they used Valkyrie with really good success. So it kills me that Danny's not good for him, but I get it. You know, I get it. I respect it. That's for sure. Yeah, look at that. So I mean. Oh, wow, I mean, he's hitting hard into the block. You're going to take some chip damage. There's no way around that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all right. I got to head out, guys. I'll look and see if there's any last second questions we'll answer. But I got to get to lunch and back to stuff. You think Vision Arcus could be a decent counter to Bullseye due to the cold snap shutting down the evade? Yeah. Yeah, so based on just that limited thing, Onslaught could really work. You're just going to need to pay attention to that the evade timer, the kill instinct timer. Get that on cooldown, then go in. Yeah, I think with a properly ranked Onslaught, with the amount of damage he does, you're probably able to use your heavy pause, right? As you saw, we could punish Bullseye's heavy with your own. So I think that's going to probably be a counter. You're just going to have to be aware of the evade. All right. Reed, I intended to try Storm against him. The bleed chips only fuels her damage. Oh, okay. So that's kind of cool. I mean, this kind of goes to a little bit of what the guys were talking earlier about the class wheel. I'm ultimately I'm agreeing with what I feel like the sentiment was. Like I'm kind of liking him. And I'm liking him as a champion to use, as a champion to have in my deck, and as an addition to the game. I'll admit, I was a little worried he was going to feel cheap as a defender. At the moment, I'm not getting that. I'm not feeling that. We'll see what that's like when actually he's on war nodes and battleground nodes and things like that. But I'm not seeing that. I feel like RPG counters can handle him, and learning his dexes and how to punish him looks to me like you can get around him. We'll see. But I think that's going to be a time will tell sort of thing. If you can dex his SP1 and stop the misery, yes, I agree with that. What's up, Zach? Sorry we're signing off as you showed up, bud. I hate that Toad can't trigger his secretion from instant bleeds, only debuffs. Yeah, I mean, this goes, I hear you, dude, especially if you're like a big Toad player. This is the kind of stuff. It's like, I'm like, why can't Danny like handle him? But I'm like, I get it. It's better for the game. It just stinks when it's our favorite champion that's the one that gets caught in the crossfire, you know? But, it's like one of those things where we got to try to remove our personal feelings. Because trust me, I wanted Danny to counter him. But when I started thinking about it and reading through, I was like, okay, I get it. It's better for the game. I get it. It kind of stinks. Do you think he'll get nerfed or rebalanced? Right now, I don't think so, no. The only thing that, Alec, the only thing I saw that I was like, maybe, is his slowdown timing. He doesn't have that big arrow, that like Kate Bishop and Hawkeye have. But Egg and others have pointed out that could really just be being new and getting used to it. Right. That could just be a simple, just getting used to the timing and all that stuff. So no. And as far as his defensive prowess, no, because I think it's intentional. Right, like that chip damage. If you just sit there and bait block with onslaught, I think they want you to pay the price. So maybe that price will end up being larger than they intended. So we'll see. But Weapon X, you probably didn't see it, is clearly a silly counter, but a counter. Keep an eye on Tom Jarvis's channel for that. And Iceman appears to be a very solid count, very very solid. And has the immunities and things to probably take a variety of nodes. And then took him to R5 a day ago and have a 7-star rank 3 storm. At least one of them work against him. Yeah, I think you'll be all right. When you can, try Mega Sentinel, see if she triggers regen of instant bleed. That may be useful. Oh, okay. Yeah. Try Kitty. All right, we'll do like 2 more, and then I gotta go. I have a feeling Kitty's gonna feel ridiculous too, but he doesn't give the opponent power right when they're missing. I keep wanting to use my 6 stars. I've realized it for war duel purposes. I need to rank my 5 stars up a little bit. I don't want them like totally high, but my 3 stars just get melted before I can even really start getting used to the defender animations. I mean, that's fun. But you don't gain the power, which is clearly what Broccoli wanted. But it's Kitty. Yeah. Nirwin, there's a reason why on the sheet I wrote I do have a maxed out Kitty, but don't ever assign me her in war. I love playing her, but we are not there as far as being an advanced kitty player. All right, and then what was the other one? Omega Sentinel, I think was the suggestion. And what are we looking for? We're looking to see if instant bleed. So I'll just block. I'll just sit there and block. Yeah, so it looks like they do, huh? That's... That second hit of his heavy is not as... against the wall, anyway. Between all the various ways to counter him as far as bleed and evade, to me, evade feels like the more important one. Because that evade is frequent. I mean, right? You're constantly pushing him a bar of power. Yeah, and I mean, it's just... Jeez Louise. But essentially this. I think until someone comes up with something better, I think that's essentially what you're doing. Is you're getting that on cooldown, and then you're hitting while you can, and then dealing with it over and over. So... yeah, that's gonna be a challenge. All right, Kitty hater. No, I love Kitty. I love Kitty. I just wouldn't assign her to me in war. Let's put it that way. Top Star. I don't know how to use Sauron well enough. Hey, Aiden, I could just 5-hit parry and over and over. Sauron. Where is he? There's my dino boy. Thanos, I'll read that better in a second here, but I see what you're saying. I think, Aiden, because of the heal, but again, just on first glance, right? There's still a lot more for us to figure out. The evade's the problem. The evade's, as far as surviving the fight, the evade's the problem. Hey, if I'm an hour late, people are saying that Bullseye's damage isn't good. I honestly kind of disagree, too. That's the interesting thing there. He's not. I hate when people straw man an argument. So, like, please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, or take it that I'm not trying to put anyone down with this. He's clearly not Hitmonkey. He's clearly not Kate Bishop. He's clearly not Masakre. But in general, I found his damage to be pretty good, actually. Especially when I consider he's countering miss just like out of the box. So you don't have to do a single thing to counter miss. He just does. And then he's got that true accuracy off the SP1, which is evade. And I think evade's making a comeback in this game. I don't think it's ever going to become like an absolute nightmare. Although against Bullseye, you want an evade counter. So yeah, I don't, he's not Kushala. Okay. You guys know I love Kushala. I love Kushala, right? But I think there's a lot of utility he's got there that she nor those champions do. And I think he's also a really good defender. And so I think that's part of it. This is like a challenge for us to go against in questing, definitely in war, and definitely in battlegrounds. He's someone that if I had a rank 5 skill gem, I'd use it in him in a heartbeat. And I'd probably ascend him as soon as I could. put him in my Battlegrounds deck, and then learn to fight him well, you know? So yeah, you know, like that's more my opinion than it is a counter to what folks are saying. And we showed it a lot on this stream. And I didn't really know how to play him very well. Me and the chat kind of had to figure it out, and the chat kind of coached me up a bit. And we weren't even like getting the dialed in passes or anything. So I like him. In fact, I think Hot Fuzz if you don't know who Hot Fuzz is, extremely smart player in SSX, helps me out a lot in war fights, coaches me up and stuff. Was saying they found Bullseye to be quite fun to use offensively. Yeah, Nier, that's a great shout too. DLL's context, his deep dives with context is always helpful. I find his, you know, when it's his own champion, it's like incredibly helpful. And I've used that to predict things like Kate Bishop will be good in Necropolis. Because I just was listening to it and I'm like, I know DLL, and he's using some interesting terms to point out her potential long-term, her potential long form. I don't think he knew that she'd be good in Necropolis, obviously, but he said some things about like her SP3 and her signature ability and her synergy with America Chavez. And then, of course, you know, he's a designer himself, so he's in the design room with the other designers and stuff like that, and the playtests. So those are always, so that's actually what I'm going to do. If anyone wants to know my process, I'll watch the deep dive that Karate Mike puts together for Kabam. Then I'll play a champion very much like what you just saw. And then now I'm going to listen to DLL's deep dive with context over and over and over, like while I walk my dog and things like that. Because now that I've played him a little bit, I'll more understand the nuance and nuggets that DLL is trying to point out. If a 7-star, which stat focus? I would think crit. Yeah, I would think crit damage. Oh, geez. Can you imagine him with the block pen defense? So Thanos, like I always hate doing like comparisons, but they're really helpful. The reason why I don't like comparisons is like I don't want to put down something in order to make something else sound better. So I want to make this clear. I'm not putting something down. I'm more just using it as like a barometer for which us to gauge. I don't think Bullseye has maybe as much utility as, let's say, Cap Sam, but I think his damage is significantly better. Significantly, like a very true and noticeable margin better. And I think his utility, what I often use is the term flow, meaning how easily can you access this utility in the fight? Like how easy will it be for a defender or a node set or AI to make your life difficult and use him? And right now, I feel like his flow was actually pretty good. That's part of why you're probably even hearing the excitement in my voice on him. So, you know, like just as just this is off the top of my head, so I apologize if it changes. But when the Battlegrounds tier list comes out, he will definitely be at the highest rating of defenders, and he will probably have the emoji saying he has offensive use too. So that's really good. I mean, in my opinion, that's great. And then in the general tier list, I'm thinking probably the bottom of my second tier, potentially the top of the third. And if you're familiar with my general tier list, you know those are very good champions. Those are very good champions. So off the top of my head, that's what I feel like I experienced here. We'll see. You know, I want to get more people's opinions, obviously, but yeah. All right, guys, I really got to bounce. I really appreciate all you all being here. This is fun. I'm looking forward to getting back and active on the channel again after a nice vacation with my family and then getting all that work done. So, yeah, let's go out there, have some fun. Thanks, everyone, for stopping by, and I will catch you all again really, really soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.